My mother made her keep it for a while.
Oh, gotcha, so this is, all right, we can go ahead and get started.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank y'all for coming. All right. Consent agenda, started. All in favor? Aye. All right, let's move on to reports. Chief.
This past year, we had ended up in 348 runs. A total training hours that we spend over here on Tuesday nights, 713 hours. Our department members spent over here training for, different scenarios.
Sorry, how many hours?
713 hours on training. We had 232 EMS runs and 116 fire runs. The 232 EMS runs totaled to 1,443 hours. That's the kind of time we tie up with our ambulance and medical calls. Fire-wise, with 116 runs, we had 825 hours involved in fire runs last year. Now, think about that. We're all volunteers. We're doing this on Christmas Day. We're doing this on New Year's Eve. We're doing this on your birthday. And so, otherwise, things are going good.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Buckman and all? We vote on it later, or we should talk about it later?
I'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. All right, custodian transfer station, Tim.
Definitely plowing a lot, quite a bit of snow.
Okay.
Seems like I'm gonna truck more weekends this year than I have been, but, and the snowman is supposed to be at 68 inches. I think I got it at 60, I haven't changed it to 8. We went from 60, 62 to 68, so we've been kind of doing 5-inch increments every time we get a thing. So thanks to Phil Weber, he texts me every time we get new snow totals on that, so. You wanna wait on the spring cleanup when we get down to that line item? Transfer station?
Sure.
Okay. Then the only other thing I have is if I can meet with you, board members, in closed session about personnel issues.
Okay, you're good with that? You want to go in there? You want one personnel closed session? We can add it to the next one on the agenda item. Yep. Okay, all right, management council. That's all you had, right, Tim?
Yep, but then until we get into the spring cleanup stuff, if there's anything that's gotta be discussed there.
Okay, rentals are slowing because of normal winter, starting to get some calls for, graduation party, stuff like that. Karate is doing an hour still, Bunko might look at going somewhere else, Euchre is still doing Thursday nights. She's gonna talk to Denise more later this week. She's looking into a keyless entry pin for the back door, which we have, right? So we've already got that. Val doesn't know that, we picked it up today, so. And then just some stuff about the cleaner that I have to work on with dates with them, so, okay. Parks and Rec, what you got?
The wall's looking good.
Yep, we're waiting on some of the very 3/4 inch large bolts.
Did
to
they
get those
bury
installed.
the old sidewalk?
No, it's gone.
Was that taken out?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering, cause I seen that they raised it up there and I'm like, is that sidewalk still there?
Well, this new wall, the old wall was lower than the road. This new wall is about, Jim and I and Tim, we set it to about 3 4 inches above the road surface so that we can actually grade and put some black dirt.
Yeah, cause I seen the concrete, deal for the hand pump is now even with,
Dirt?
yeah.
Well, it's not final graded yet either, because a lot of that dirt still has to be pushed to the wall. I asked them to leave the channel so that I can stand in there and work and mount all those brackets.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
not leaning over all the way.
Yeah.
And then the other issue too is I'd like to run conduit, attach it to that wall, and we're gonna run power out there, which I'm still waiting on the bid back for that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
That's all I got.
Something to add to that with, that Tim mentioned something too at the end, maybe, some black dirt fresh, because now once we're less trees,
Yep.
maybe I can try and get some grass-ish.
Yep. Yeah, Tim was talking about that, bringing some of the black dirt in. Because we have to do final grade, pour all the sidewalk, pour the ramp, do the steps, handrail. I'd like to start handrail, but I'm not working when it's below 0. And we'll get all that material ordered up. I already have all the brackets made, of course. Now, another question that was brought up to me when we were down there. Anybody have any feelings, and I can look into getting price by next meeting, to do like 10 by 10 pavilions down there, just square little rectangles, like maybe 4 of them, that are just covered with a picnic table underneath them, do different color steel to make it festive, make the park look better. Is there any thought, would that have any legs if we guys wanted to do doing that? To complete this project of the park, because then with Jim's pouring concrete, and what goes on concrete.
Right. Well, is there enough room just to put a decent sized one down there?
Well, the reason I was thinking, if a decent sized one, then one group controls it, but if you had like, I won't say cabana, I can't think of a better word, like a 10 by 10, they're not gonna be very costly, 4 posts, some angles, and some steel
For
roofs.
some shade.
For some shade, we could do actually on this side, because those would be nice on this side, because it is such a short side from this side of it. You could have 2 there, you could have, and even all 3 on the back side, and it wouldn't crowd. And that would give shade, the place is
Is the swing set going back in or no?
I'd like to see it go back, if we get it repainted, I think
If
we
it
saved
doesn't
it.
go there, then we'll probably put it over on the other side.
That's another issue to think about, do we want that swing set back there?
Whether it's gonna go there or.
Or the playground.
The playground.
The far playground or the?
This is the one. Because we did save it, I mean, Tim was able to get it all apart and get everything broke loose, I was amazed that we could get it apart, and I think they.
Don't wanna throw it out, it's still a good
Yeah.
swing set.
Now, the other one's down there, the bigger one.
The big one is still there, but it has a vent.
It's been,
I mean, it's one thing at the beach, do we wanna, that was one thing we talked about, do we wanna separate playground equipment from the beach area? You know, so you've got different activities going on at different places. We wanted that to be our beach, we got our sports area over there, and we got a playground area over here. I think it's kinda segregates the ages a little bit sometimes too, which helps make a park a little more comfortable place, because you don't have, you know, them all sometimes, like cause problems. So,
Well, I'd like to see a pavilion here too,
yeah,
for, little kids' birthday parties.
yeah, and that one could be big.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah, but I could come up with, I think it would, I don't know how expensive it would be, I think it would become very inexpensive, and I don't think it would take as long to build. So, you get trusses and a couple headers and posts, it's not,
Right.
and if we did that and Jim poured the sidewalk and the ramp, it would be a cheaper in cost to pour
Right,
the
it's
concrete.
already there, it's.
Exactly, yep, so, just a thought, do you want me to investigate how much something like that would cost?
Yes.
Or-
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright.
That's all I got too, but the wall will be started once the weather gets, we'll be getting the handrail going, so. So planning,
Not a whole lot come back. We are taking a break until our April meeting.
Okay.
There's the 28th. And, we can always have special meetings or stuff if we have to between that. But other than that, it's all we really got.
okay,
Not a whole lot.
alright, zoning, just a few land use permits, nothing major, it's winter time, we don't get nothing, it'll start ramping up here in about another month or two, so, okay? Alright, we got anything signed up for public comment? Fortnite.
I have a letter I'd like to read. I'm one of the few people old enough to still be here after building the community center. It was built with sweat and hard work so there would be a gathering place for all of the citizens. It was not meant for one person or board to run everything. This new rule of charging $10, and I understand now it's $15, an hour to the community groups that use it is absolutely wrong. We are paying for it with our taxes. It's supposed to be a place where the elderly, the young, and everyone in between has a place to meet, interact, and enjoy. The boosters have done so many things for the community, such as fishing contests, buck pole, craft shows, euchre and bunco, classes, Santa, Easter Bunny, golf. This board needs to stop trying to impede these things and bring this community together like it was meant to be. These things will not happen if we are charged, and that defeats the purpose of all the hard work. Cora Knight for the boosters.
Okay. Once again, it was the board that brought this up. It was brought to our attention, and after talking to MTA and our attorney, this is something that was, I said it in the last meeting, I'll say it again, I asked our attorney, what if we just don't do this? And he goes, I won't defend you in court. It's against state law that you gift township property. We could give it away for free for everything, weddings and everything else, but the board felt at this time, $10, it is $10, Sunday through Thursday. On the big weekends, where Friday, Saturday, where we get weddings and things like that, it is $15, which is still the cheapest hall in Madison County for something like that. So this is not something the board wanted to do. This was something that was brought to our attention. I then researched with MTA. MTA sent me their rules. They told me we were in the wrong. And then when I talked to our township attorney, they said we were in the wrong. The township attorney did not like the 10 and 15. He wanted it to be up to 25 to 30. But if we settled on the 10 to 15 to make it as affordable as we possibly could. So this was not our choice. This was something that was out of our hands. It was out of our control. And we're not the only township that this has happened to. I believe Elk has had this happen to them, and I know Marilla has. Because I was contacted by one of the trustees, Steve Becker, and somebody has contacted them about that also. So I believe in Marilla and Maple Grove that's happening too, or it's being brought up there. So
That is not why this building was built.
And the people back then, when they built it, and the supervisor that said that, and I've even talked to Mr. Schaefer, back then, we didn't have, nobody cared, and I didn't care. But somebody brought it to their attention, and they're doing it to these up north communities, trying to make them follow this rule. And I'm not gonna quote, there is a rule that it is illegal to gift township property. So, what the problem is, Ms. Knight, is that the board then decides who gets it for free and who doesn't. You either give it to free, or to all, or you charge all. And that's why we kept it to the smallest amount. So, we don't have anything more to say on that, our hand was forced in this situation.
Even
Okay.
with service outfits like the boosters and that,
Yes.
that's not the same as charging for someone's wedding or that
It
kind
is
of
the
thing.
same because you have to be a 501c3, and I don't know if they currently still are. And if they are, that's fine, but it does not matter. Because what organizations do you not give it to? What do you give it to?
If it's a
It's-
service organization, none of them should be
According to
charged.
state law, the only organizations that can have it is government organizations. This is not our choice.
It's
This is
wrong.
something that was forced upon. I agree with you. If you want, I'll vote, I'll give it free for everybody. Limit it to 2 rentals per group per month, and anybody can have it for any use. But then that hurts the point of that, like the lawyer said, the electric's being used, the toilet paper's being used, the water's being used, there's wear and tear on the building. So I get it, I wasn't happy about it. You can ask board members, when I called you and told you about this, was I happy about this? No.
None of us are.
None of us are that we had to do this. None of us. You can blame us for it, but we're doing what we are required to do. And I get it, Ms. Knight, I understand. But this is something that our attorney told us we had to do. Our hands are tied on this one. Okay? So, all right, Joanne Montgomery.
I have a couple of questions. A couple of years ago, there was a trail that was supposed to be going around the Crystal Lake, a walking trail. And I see there's other things that get added, but can we circle back to the trail at some point maybe and see if there's that just off the table now?
That was coming from a grant that
Oh.
Jacqueline was writing.
Yeah, and then.
Yeah, no, I
Jacqueline lost-
spoke to her,
Jack-
she is not.
Jacqueline lost interest in it because the
Right.
road, there is not that much traffic. You could walk on the road to have the walk path in there, and you still can't get through Maple Street. Or, Main Street, sorry. Because of all the water and everything else, we couldn't put bridges, so it wouldn't be a complete walk path. It would not be a complete walk path in front of Second Street, because there is no, between the lake and the road, there is no place to put a path in there. So talking with Jacqueline and everything like that, she said she was kind of the one that was pushing the walk path. Now, we still could look at a walk path around the park area, the playground park area, so that if you had your children there playing, we could do a walk path there, just in a loop, so the little kids could be playing, and people could walk while they're watching their kids, but to go all the way around the park, it was not, advantageous. So we have shifted our focus to other things to try to improve our park, namely one beach walk, working on that.
Well, I would be hopeful that the board would consider the longest loop that they possibly could for those who would want to, want strollers with babies and,
And that's why we have our road,
Seniors
'cause
and
there's
that.
so little traffic.
I know a lot of communities have just nice little walking paths and we don't seem to have anything. Another thing, I'm trying to get some clarification. I'm waiting for the state to call back, but maybe you can answer. The township adopted a fiscal calendar, but the meeting schedules, posting requirements are based on an annual calendar. Is that how it works? I'm confused on it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, posting of meetings,
We post our board meeting.
right? All right, do you post them in accordance with a calendar year or a fiscal year?
When's our next board, what does it go to right now?
I think we did until,
June of this year, right?
I think they're all posted.
No, it's till the end of till the end. The board meeting is till the end of 2026. 26, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Right, so
It is through the year.
that's what I'm asking, what is the year? Calendar year? Because the
Yes,
board
calendar
adopted
year.
a fiscal year, so it becomes very confusing on when these postings are going to appear.
Enforcement of the calendar year.
We're going calendar year.
And we could change that, but we try to keep them posted ahead of time. That's our goal. Okay?
Okay, yeah,
All
that
right,
helps.
so-
I did say I had other things, I had a few things.
Okay?
Okay, has there been any follow-up or any action by them or by the board on the cell tower?
Nope, we are still waiting. I got an email back to them that they're still in their design phase and looking at when they want to. The last email I got was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and something like that. They said it was still in design phase and did not know if it would be on the 26th, 27th, or 28th schedule for that week.
Okay, so is there a clause in there that says how long they can allow the project to drag on, so to speak, before they abandon it or the township abandons it, so that,
I would have to look at the contract.
okay, and then, at the last meeting or the meeting before, I mentioned something about the Starlink, public access
It will
to
not
the
have
Star.
public access.
I'm sorry,
It will not be accessible to the public.
and that is because,
Because we don't want there to be any way that it could intrude, because that is for government use. And you can get viruses, you can get hackers into it, that is for the government use only, same with the fire department, is for fire use only.
oh, because I had checked with Starlink, they do allow they do have an option for a public access.
We did not raise that price of it, we are not, the library just actually upgraded their access today, so the service from the library will be increasing.
Do you know what their service is, Starlink?
No, it is not.
Okay. And then the last thing is, Winter Trails, the Wellston Winter Trails and Promotions at 18151 Old House is having a open house noon to 4 on Saturday.
Okay, thank you. Alton Conrad?
Conrad.
Yeah, thank you.
I live at 19202 Mark Street.
Yeah, talk to you this weekend, yeah.
Yep. And I walked around, drove around my subdivision, talked to everybody in the subdivision that I could find. Generally, most of us would like something to do with our road system, even though it's private. We'd like it to become public. And we've literally had 68 inches of snow. When 40 inches into it, I don't think you could have got one of the fire trucks down the road or the ambulance down on the end there. People are getting stuck nonstop. You know, it's like a tractor pull going out there. It's been like this for decades. I just moved in the area. Really, we need some help here, get that become public.
Okay, I looked into that after I talked to you on Saturday, and I spoke with the gentleman that built the sub, and he said back at the time when the subdivision was built, the road commission had a rule that it had to be paved. When pavement meets pavement, it had to be a paved subdivision. So when that subdivision was built, you had a group that maintained and paid, it was $100 or $200 a year, I don't recall, I don't want to misquote it, but there was a fee that was paid to have the roads gravelled and have the roads plowed. Then people started opting out of it. So it was like an HOA. I don't believe it was called an HOA back then, but that's how it was. So I know people have been told that all that township has to do is say, make these roads public, and the road commission will start taking care of them. That's not, there's a big middle section. And that is, that road has to be brought to county maintained standards.
Yes.
Meaning, it has to have the sub built up, it has to have either gravel, or it might have to have asphalt. I don't know why, what Hoxieville, I cannot find out, because we do not currently have a road manager, okay? That person left, so they are looking for a road manager, so right now I couldn't get definitive answers from anybody on that. I'm still looking at it. But what the road commission said was the first thing we have to do is get about a 70 to 75% approval from the residents. Because the township will put in some, minimal, but the residents themselves will pay through a special assessment to bring those roads either to gravel standards or to paved standards. So and I was gonna ask the board about this, if the board would like, I can send a mailer out to every landowner and resident there and explain this to them, that there would be a cost over some years to bring those roads up to that standard. But it would be on, the special assessment would be on those in that subdivision. Okay, and I could do the same for the behind, and 70% would have to respond positively before I would waste anybody's time, because we'd have to hire a private company to bring those up to county standards. The county does not build roads. Okay, so we would have to get bids, what they would be, then we would divide it out, and then there's other processes and other meetings that it might be X amount of dollars for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And I know everybody says, well, we pay taxes, and you do. But I can tell you that your front foot rate, okay, so subdivisions in Norman Township are by a front foot rate. And front foot rate for this year is $160 a front foot, meaning a 100-foot wide parcel. The value of that parcel is $16,000, okay? A 100-foot wide parcel in Wellston is either $210 or $230. That means it's $21,000 to $23,000 per parcel. Reason being is lots sell higher there because of the roads. That is one of the, and then the difference in value is the buildings that are on them. But that's why we do land value separate than residential value, okay? So you have building and residential. So, yes, you pay taxes, but you don't pay the high rate of taxes of people with paved roads or even public roads, because we have other rural subs that are up around 210, 230 a front foot. So it is that way, and I get it, and everybody comes to me and says, well, we pay taxes. You do, but your taxes are set based lower because of the quality of the conditions of that road. You follow me on that?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. So that's what we're trying to set. But I can send that letter out, and if we get a response, I think it was 70% is what they would like to see, or 75.
Okay, I probably talked to everybody around there that I could get a hold of. Like two people didn't want it.
Yeah, and I get that you're saying that, but we just need something in writing to go forward, because you're wasting, you're asking a contractor to give a major time commitment to figure out you're asking the road commission to come out, which I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not gonna get a response until they hire a manager, and probably about 2 months until after that, until he or she gets their fleet underneath them. So, but we can start this process, and the first process is, does the landowner, are they willing to do that? You see what I'm saying? That's what we have to do first. That is what because I contacted them Monday morning after we talked, and that is what we had the issue, because, so we can do that.
But my question is, do you need like someone to go around with a petition and start?
No, the first thing would be the letters.
All right.
And we can send out and they can drop them back off here at the township in the mailbox, or they can mail them back. And we can give them like a month or two to respond. Okay?
So, but you won't even respond until you get 70% of the signature or letters for respond back.
Well, here's how the thing goes. So we go further along, and it's gonna be X amount of dollars per year on your taxes added up, okay, to upgrade the roads. There will be meetings, one second, sir, I'll be right there. There will be meetings held, and everybody that lives in that community, stakeholders, they're called people that own land there.
Okay.
If they vote and deny it, it dies then.
Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of need a beginning straw poll to make sure people would be willing and understand that this would be an added cost. What that cost is, I don't know. Okay, so if only 50% of people say I'm even willing to do it now, it's a dead issue. Okay, you see what I'm saying? It's one step before we get into this whole process, because there would be multiple meetings. Once we get the price, there'd be multiple meetings and everything like that. You see, follow me? So this is kind of, the county doesn't want to talk to me. They said, we're not gonna bother. It was their assistant manager I was talking to, Mr. Loxo. He said, we're not gonna talk to you really about it. We're not gonna waste any time until you get at least 70% of the people that are willing to do it, because if you don't have 70, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, the next question is 70% of people that live in the subdivision, or 70% of the population that, like, from downstate lives in the
Owns it's landowners. It is all landowners. And we do this by letter so that it doesn't cause any strife between the landowners. You know what I mean? The people that want it, the people that don't want it. We don't want to have arguments between neighbors. We want to keep it. Now, when you get to the public hearings on this stuff, on the special assessments, I believe there are two maybe 3. I would have to look into the process. We don't do it much, we haven't done it, okay? So, at that point, there is a vote, and it can be voted down then too. But once it's voted in, then the process goes, the special assessment runs for so many years, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so, but the first step would be a lawyer. I can send that letter out, it's not a big deal, I can print up a letter, I can have it looked over, and I can mail it out, if you feel there is enough. Is there anybody else from that subdivision in here right now? Would you all like to have that letter?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I get it, the roads are bad, I do understand.
I went through 2 plows and a truck trying to maintain our road.
Yeah, and
Now I'm using a snow blower on a
And
tractor.
I do understand that, but, you know, the lots were of a lower price because those were private roads. You see what I'm saying? So to bring them up to it.
Now, you did say that the township would help out on that. Now, do you kind of have a percentage in mind? Out of 100%, what would the township help cover with? Are you talking like a measly 5%? Or are we up there like in like a 20, 25%?
It was a 10 to 15% was standard, is what I was told, okay? And like I said, this gentleman came to me on Saturday, I forgot your name. Alton. He came to me on Saturday and I told him, I promised him I would look, I was doing traffic. I said, I'll look into it.
Yep.
I said, I'll look into it for you, and I did. And I did Monday and I found it out and I was gonna talk to the board. So, I mean, that's all we can do. So, but we'll look into it, I'll send a letter. If we get positive responses, we'll move forward with the project. You know, or bidding to see if we can make it happen. And I will tell you that a lot of times when it comes down to it, and somebody might be okay with $250 or $200 a year in your taxes, but if it's $500 or $600, and how long we can spread it out, I don't wanna quote how the max years it can be, because for some reason I'm thinking in my head it's 10, sometimes I've been 7.
They got higher taxes than what I got?
The subdivision's right here in Wellston. Higher taxes is not, taxes are divided into 2 things, land and buildings. So depending on what kind of building you have on it, but yes, land values are higher here and higher at Robinson Road, that subdivision, than they are in,
I'm just talking
Double.
about Wellston subdivision.
yes, they are higher.
Very, you know, ours.
Wellston sub,
Over here.
I don't know the numbers exactly, but Wellston sub sells is about $210 to $220 a front foot, so it's $1 per front foot. Those subdivisions out there are like $160.
They have smaller lots down here in this subdivision, so they should pay less.
It's by the front foot. So a 100-foot lot, if it's $10 a front foot, a 100-foot lot sells for $1,000. If it's 200 foot, it's $2,000. You see what I'm saying? It goes up. So that's why we do front foot rates, so we can take care of 50-foot lots and 100-foot lots are charged the same. And then there's depth factor adjustments if they're deeper, but
So
your subdivision, your depths are all about the same over there.
What about this one? I mean, what's the
Here.
difference between this one and our subdivision?
The value of the houses sell higher, and one of the major causes is public or private roads. There is not much difference in northern Michigan between public paved and public gravel, but there is in private. Almost every private subdivision you run into of the same type of subdivision will sell for less dollars per foot when it's a private road. Okay? You follow me there? I mean,
No, I was just, it was, okay,
so,
never mind.
'cause you can sell land you can sell land 3 ways: site value, by the acre, or by the front
I was
footprint.
talking about the road, we have to pay to get the road up to par for the county to take care of, right?
Yes.
Well, do they pay?
It wasn't a condominium split type subdivision.
Does
The way the
Peacock-
subdivisions were built
Peacock
differently.
South and Peacock North, do they pay? Back when they started taking care of the road, there was only one guy that owned property out here.
Sir, I'm not a historian on that, I don't know, but Mary Street I know is the same situation, and the ones behind the Dublin Express are the same.
That's the one.
They're private, yeah. They're all private, and their dollar per value is less. Okay.
Another thing would be nice to be for speed limits and all that, because living on suppose we're on a private road, but been told by many officers in many places that it's public. It's private, but public.
It's privately maintained. it's in your deed restrictions. See, government can be really confusing, and when you put subdivisions in, you can put them in at a lower rate because you don't have to follow all the township rules or all the governmental rules. You see very few subdivisions built anymore, you see condo splits. This is lawyers much smarter than all of us in this room that came up with, we don't build subdivision anymore, we build condo splits. Meaning, there's a parent parcel, and then there's all these sub parcels, and they can do what they want and not have to follow the state rules for subdivisions, okay? And then usually when you do that, the lot are sold cheaper. You follow me there?
A little bit.
Yeah, so because there's less income.
Because it
Okay,
being
so-
open to the public, I mean, we get vehicles that cruise so fast on our roads over there and mistreat it and do donuts and burnouts on our dirt roads that we maintain, but this is people that don't live there that do this.
Yeah. And I don't know if
So
you
we
had
have to
if you
suffer
had-
from the public
If you had a
running our
homeowners
roads.
association, could you put a gate up there? I don't know. You'd have to look and try to, you can also all develop a homeowners association and get all those maintained. That's what it originally had, something, a quasi homeowner. I don't think it was ever officially an HOA. But, you know, to give you an idea, so like, to cut a road in like yours, and I really think they took a dozer and made a dirt road and threw some gravel on it. The front foot rate back then was very cheap. Now, if you ever been by Manistee National Golf Course, okay, the one that was going out town Manistee, they're building all these houses in there. Each one of those houses, before they even started, before the land was even developed, because it was a paved road with water underneath it, and it had a tunnel that went under the road, at $55,000 added to the lot of value before even the land was valued, because of the quality of the infrastructure of the subdivision. You see what I'm saying?
I
So it
understand
can
all
vary
that part.
greatly.
I understand all that. My beef was just, you know, the open to the public part of it.
Yeah, well, that we would have to look at with the sheriff and all that, I don't know, I don't know. But we can look into making these roads public, but there would be a cost, and it would be an assessment too, and we would need about a 70% response. Sure, I saw your hand.
Are you gonna include in that letter then, that, and you mentioned it yourself, one lot's 220, one lot's 160. The 220 lot is also paved, just like the golf course you just talked about. So it's gonna raise your property value.
Yes, it would, and I will tell you, I've
So
seen
is that
this.
gonna be beneficial against, to write off, tax increase? That's my point.
Yeah, I think you make a very good point there. So what he's saying is, if we get these roads better maintained, will our houses sell for more? I can almost agree they would.
They do,
I
they
could,
will.
so what'll happen is, after that special assessment, you won't because you're capped, but the people that buy your homes will pay more in taxes.
That's right.
Like the special assessment, I don't wanna say this, but the special assessment amount will really never come off. Because your house rates after those roads, your investment will go up.
Right.
You're paying extra taxes to make your investment of your home and your lot more valuable. Yes, I do believe that would
The point
be.
is, if you pay,
Yes, sir.
what would it amount to roughly? 20, 30 bucks a year maybe?
For that road?
Yeah.
Sir, I have no idea what the
Per
cost would be.
person. Well, we took a collection up last summer on Joseph. What would we end up with? I think $2,300. Fishers came in, they graded it. They didn't do the best job grading. And then they brought 4 loads of gravel, clay gravel in. And we're in no better shape right now than we were then.
Well, part of it is you don't have ditches, so I know the county's gonna make ditches be built. And the road right away at 66 feet wide will have to be cleared, so no trees, so people, some people that have trees.
I
those
don't
might
think you have to worry about trees.
Yeah, so what
If anything,
I know the minimum that they're talking about is you will have ditches so that the water will crown, right now your water lays in your road.
Right.
Okay, so there'll be ditches. The 66-foot right of way will be cleared. And this would be, and like I said, we could get 2 or 3 excavators to come and see what they would be willing to bid. I don't know if it's a $50,000 project or a $250,000, I don't know. And then I have to find out, because like I said, when Fishers built the subdivision, they were told that there was asphalt.
they were told a lot of things as far as asphalt and additions and everything else. And it's all grandfathered in, because they didn't do a damn thing.
Well, what I'm saying is, if they required us, if the county required us, hey, that's gotta be asphalt, then that, of course, that would be more expensive. I'm hoping they don't, I'm hoping it would just be dirt. You know what I mean? I'm hoping you could just gravel it and ditch it and make the road more usable. And then it would be county
Gonna
maintained.
put the money into it, it'd be better to asphalt it.
Yeah, well, asphalt's $1 million a mile right now.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, we're one of the few, I shouldn't say few, there's about half the townships in this county have a road millage. Because the county now, to gravel a road or to asphalt a road, we're a 50-50 split. We have to pay 50-50. And we can't afford it. We don't have it.
It's like $200,000 a mile.
For to gravel a road, so. Well, but we don't have, first thing we have to do, we're putting the cart before the horse, we're talking about stuff, and these are all great questions. And it's something, the first thing we'd have to do is send a letter, would you be interested in paying, it's not gonna be $20 a year. It's gonna be in the hundreds, I guarantee. It'll be hundreds of dollars a year. Because I don't know how many lots you have there, 70, 80, maybe 90 lots in that subdivision. You know, and then you're gonna run into the problem, the first 10 lots off the road. Road's not bad for them. Are they going to be, this is better for all of my neighbors, or are they gonna worry about themselves? So you're gonna have that issue. In the long run, though, you are correct. Their property values will increase and they will sell their homes in 10 years for much more money. I agree with you, yes, you were correct in saying that, yeah.
And that should be included in the letter.
Yeah,
The
it should
first
be,
thing-
actually, give
The
them
first
the
thing that was
information.
mentioned here, and the first thing everybody thinks about, oh shit, my taxes are going up $100. They're not considering what the price of their home will do.
Exactly. And that you are 100% correct in that there is value added to, when you make improvements, it's the same way if you paint your house, you sell it for more than if it wasn't painted. If you side your house, you sell it for more, so it's the same thing with the road. So I'm gonna move on to the gentleman behind you, thank you, sir.
I have a question for you. So, like, let's say for him, being on the back road, right? You got all those residents back there. Let's say your fire rig can't make it back there. Is that not cause for concern?
It is cause for concern.
Okay.
It is, but when that okay, go ahead.
I can tell you, as fire chief, we have certain times a year that we will not get trucks back there. And if the snow is deep, or if it's mud. Right now, the snow's probably deep, as soon as it starts to warm up, it's gonna turn to mud. I can't get a fire engine back there. I don't have enough hose to come from Hoxieville Road all the way back to the end of that subdivision. So, one of your selling points to your people in your subdivision has to be fire and EMS protection. Because right now, if you told your insurance company that you can only access the fire truck to our houses in June, July, August, and September, maybe October, do you know what your insurance rates are gonna do?
Or you'll be canceled. Won't be
Yeah, or you'll be
So
chopped.
let's not bring that out to the public for you.
Yeah.
Let's not.
This is a.
You know, I know who to blame if it happens.
This is a selling point to your people when you're trying to get this done. It's fire and EMS protection. It's huge. Because like I said, I can't get back there and if the snow is deep,
How many
my
times in
truck
summer,
won't
I'd
make
love
it.
to have the county sheriff sitting right down in the damn corner.
Yeah.
What I wanna do is put a 2x4 on the other side of the road with spikes in it, and a road coming up in my front porch. And when you come down there at 80 on your 3 or 4 wheeler, I can pull the 2x4 off the road. Because I don't give a shit if your tires get pumped.
Okay, all right, yes, sir.
So, not to make, your job harder, but what if, the subdivision, what if Norman Township helped with plowing and salting our road?
We are not allowed to, that is not in our insurance, we are not allowed, like, our custodian, when he plows this right here, that road end right there, where what is this street right here? No, this is the curve. Spruce. So Spruce, right here, that road end gets really bad. Tim can be fined and ticketed for dropping his plow on that road. You know what I mean? We're not allowed to, we don't have that liability, we don't have that, we're not allowed to drop our plow on the road. You know what I mean? It's just not, even though our road commission doesn't get out here sometimes, they're doing the best they can right now without having a manager, but yeah, we can't do it. It has to be a privately thing that you all pay for. Because, there was an incident with Manistee Township where they bladed a road and they left what they call the sand blow, which is soft with no gravel. Car went into it, car flipped, okay? somebody died, the county was sued greatly for that. Once we touch a blade on that road, we're responsible for damage or any liability that could come up, so we can't, I probably, we can't, that is something.
No, that's fine, that was just a question.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to your place to fix the spring cleanup after the blade hits the grass.
Okay, Gary M. Black card, Gary?
Pardon?
Black, oh, is that you? You already spoke? Were you sign up here, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Next one, Janet.
Yes. I'm a member of the Boosters. I peeled 150 pounds of potatoes for the Buck Pole years ago. We did a lot of things for the community, free meals, you know, and all that. For the hunters that came in, that's one of the things we did to bring all the people in to buy from everybody else from 55 Market and on. They would stay at the campgrounds and stuff. So Boosters have done a lot for the county, or the county. This isn't the county, it's township. My question though, that was a comment. My question though is, do we have a contract with you, and where's that contract? So, you know what, can we cut that down instead of having, you know, you saying it's a set 4 hours? Can we cut that down to as long as we play cards, we get in here and sit down and get out right away after 3 hours? Or is there a deal? Who is really getting an exemption, like in this township? Like, is it everybody? Is everybody being charged? Like, is karate guys? Are they
They're
being
paying.
charged?
They're paying.
Because they don't charge their people.
Anything,
We
it
don't charge
doesn't
our
matter.
people.
Anything that isn't government related, okay? If it's a fundraiser for a government function, if it's a fundraiser for the park, if it's a fundraiser for something like that that is ran through the government, okay? The tree decorating will be covered under that. If we were to do events here during the fireworks, if that were to ever expand, it could be held here because that's a government function. If Manistee Township Association wanted to hold an event here, they can do that. If Manistee County Clerk wanted to do something out here, they can do that. Government agencies are the only ones, okay?
So, how about farmers market now with it's approved?
That's over
I
there.
just wondered where that came from.
That's
Yeah,
over
but
there.
that's our township is overseeing
It's
that.
just the building.
Oh, just the building?
It's just this building.
So we can use the fire department building to play
No.
cards?
The fire department is not open to the public at
I'm
all.
just saying, I know.
The fire department
Yeah.
is not open to the public at all. We have multi-million dollars worth of equipment. No, fire members only are allowed in that unless it's open house days where they let you come in and see stuff and like that.
Okay, so where's the contract for us? Because 1 month, 1 day out of the month, on a Thursday night, we play cards here on a Thursday night. Unless you have a program going on, then we give it up, the euchre group. But it's open to the township, you know, or
Now,
anybody else.
Your euchre group will have it on Thursday nights.
But where's the contract?
What
Be-
contract? You rent it by the month. Or you rent it by the time. There is no contract.
I kind of would like to see you write a contract with the boosters so we know exactly, because what happens if, and this has happened
Okay,
a
so
lot.
for every
Let me-
rent, we'll have you fill out a contract for every day you want to rent.
Okay.
Individual contracts.
Okay,
So for
But-
4 euchres, you'll be able to fill out 4 contracts for that month.
can we cut down the hours and you can change the amount of cost?
No, it's
Because-
$10 per hour for a Thursday. So if you want to play for 2 hours, it's $20. If you want to play for an hour, it's $10. If you want to play for 10 hours, it's $100. I almost said 10.
Okay, the reason I want to know is because, see, like, okay, so Denise is gone. So she needs somebody to run euchre, and I, you know, you really don't want to, and I always play, but I want to play. So I say, yeah, like a stupid ass. I'll do it, you know. So I clean up. Everybody here cleans up. We take the waste baskets out and clean them out. And if there's a mess in the toilets, we clean them up ourselves. But the point is getting back to the contract thing. We are boosters, and you're signing a contract. Are you signing it with Denise? Because I'm running it for Denise, but I want to know, like, Thursday night, we might have 4 people. So that's $40 for 4 people, plus they pay $5 to play. So, and that means $10, $15, or whatever it is. I didn't do the math. I was good at math, but but I don't want to, haggle this. I'm just saying, I want a contract, because what happens if I run it and I'm liable for the extra $30 out of my pocket because there isn't a contract saying, should there be something there saying, if only 5 people saying,
If you rent the hall,
I'm
you pay
not-
the amount, if the boosters rent the hall, if Ron rents the hall, or Jeff rents the hall, or I rent the hall, you pay ahead of time. It's not after the fact for anybody. It's not this gentleman, these people that sit here that are from the suburb, that may not have ever come here to play anything. If they rent a hall for a birthday party, they pay the bill ahead of time.
and they
There's
sign a
no-
contract that they will pay it. I
there
want
is
to
no-
see a contract
There is
with
no
boosters.
contract. It's for big rentals, but they pay
I'm a
out
big
40
rental
bucks.
now
Or I
because
guess they
you
do have
made
a
us
con-
it.
That has a contract.
Yeah, she has a
Per day rental, yeah.
Huh?
She has a
It's a lease
contract.
agreement, it's a lease agreement, not a contract. It's a lease agreement, not a contract. And you pay ahead of time, and if you have euchre and nobody shows up, the boosters are still responsible for whatever hours they want to rent it.
Yeah, we are, what
I-
happened? How did this come about? Because we've been here forever.
All the time, there was a lot of communities contacted. So I called MTA, I'm not a big fan of MTA, I went on the record for that. They sent me their stuff. What they, a lot of it was quoted, we had here before. I then took it to our township attorney and said, they're right, this is what you have to do. Our township attorney said $20 to $25 to $30 per hour. I said, our township can't afford that, we're trying to be as nice as we can.
So
Okay.
you're going to maybe make us eliminate fishing weekend? Because.
That's not done here.
I know, yes it is though. Because we cook the hot dogs here, so they're presented over there. Maybe this year we didn't, but other years, we always did the food here, brought it over there to be safe. I was a Serve Safe manager at that time. So still, it was in this building for a fishing weekend. So it's not affecting just a couple people or,
This wasn't, once again, Jeff, this was not our choice.
Yeah, but the price is. Is it not?
We can raise it,
Do it free?
or we can go free.
Because it's giftings, they can't do free.
It's
It's-
not
it's
gifting
called
if you
gift-
charge, everybody was paying $1 extra a night to catch up for what the agreement
When
was
this
for
came
$10
about,
a night.
Denise was my third phone call.
Huh?
When I got all this worked out, and I called Denise right away and I told her, I said, hey, I explained to her what was happening. And I said, our hand is being forced. There's nothing we can do. She didn't like it, I didn't like it. I don't like what it is, but we made it less than the recommendation from MTA and our attorney. We've made it cheaper, as cheap as we possibly can. And I have a motion to adopt something else, to change something already from Vale Brown, from our rental person, that we already have to take out some language. Okay, we're changing some language because it's already tried to be abused. Okay?
Let us
So-
know what the abuse is right now. So are we abusing the place? Because there was a great big leak here in the hall when we were playing this past year. And the boosters were here. And there was nobody to contact. Mickey and I cleaned that up and saved a lot of boxes from in there. I'm saying, you gotta know that the boosters are not against people. We brought tons of people in
Neither
here.
is karate, neither are the other, neither is, the lady that does the Thanksgiving dinner, but she's gonna have to pay now. Okay? Neither is, my wife, who runs an not empty bowl, what do they call it, paddle auction here, okay? That was to send for a fundraiser for the school. She's gonna have to pay now. There is no more free.
Fireworks group has a pancake breakfast next month, and we gotta pay too.
It's not
Right.
per person, is it? It's not per person.
It's per hour of use. There,
And does it on a Sunday? It's-
because, and it's not us. I don't believe it was ever us. But there are communities that will rent to Christian organizations, but won't rent to a different religion that maybe is accepted. And
we're
when
not
it
there.
says it,
It's not our community, you gotta talk about our community.
Okay.
We need to know what we feel as a community. Do we want to help our community, or do we want to
The community
make it
has-
so hard that the boosters have to give it up?
It could be worse, is what he's saying.
it could be a lot worse.
And it could be
The
just,
community has
you know,
two choices,
understanding.
free for all,
Yeah.
free for all,
Which there's no income.
or charge.
And you can choose which charge you're gonna charge.
No, you can't. That's against the law.
Right.
It is the law. It is not the township board. It is the
Please
law.
settle down, okay? Because I'm not young.
No, I don't think you're getting it. I've said
But
this
you
multiple
don't
times.
have to raise your voice.
It is the
and
law.
make-
I'm not,
make me
ma'am, I'm
feel
not
bad.
raising my voice, Jan. I'm
Yes,
not.
you do.
It is the law. We have to charge. So thank you for your comment, but we're gonna move on now, okay? Anybody else? No? Okay. Let's go on. So, all right.
I wasn't done.
Well, you're past your turn. We're gonna move on.
I'm past my time.
Yeah, we're gonna move
I
on.
understand. Is there a time limit for here?
From now on,
For
yes, there's gonna
everybody
be a
else?
3-minute public comment from now on.
Pardon?
3 minutes.
Read it, say it again. 3 minutes
3
for
minutes.
everybody who has a comment.
Yep,
Say it loud. Say it as loud as when you were commenting back to me.
3 minutes. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, setting a date for this new business, setting a date for spring cleanup. We're doing it June 6th. Anybody got a problem? 9 to noon.
So, real quick,
You were gonna tell the truck that.
oh, yeah, that's what the truck thing, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So the township, from my understanding, always puts out for 5 trucks. Usually 3 of them show up. If one of the 3 get filled, they call the next truck. It comes. We are paying for that personnel sitting at the landfill waiting to come. So all 5 trucks will be here all at the same time. I almost did it last year because they were sitting in the fire station's parking lot, and I'm like, why are you guys here? Well, we're waiting to go. You're not gonna sit there, I'm gonna start filling fires. The township pays per weight, all that kind of stuff, so it doesn't matter if one truck is a quarter full, half full, or full. We're paying the drivers, we might as well pay the drivers, and get trash put in them, makes the line go faster.
Okay.
June 6th.
June 6th is trash days, 9 to noon. All right. All right, resolution to establish haul rental fees. So this was brought up, that we already had an issue. Val brought this to my attention. We can leave it the way it is, which currently set, because once again, the attorney did not want me to put this language in, but I kind of insist that he put this language in. The original one reads, under 1 hour of prep time and under 1 hour of cleanup is included with rental fees, okay? We've already had a couple people saying, well, I can rent the hall, I can use it for 3 hours, but pay for 1 because I get an hour cleanup, hour second. Okay, we've already had that issue, so this was brought to my attention by Val. So, talking to Nick about it, Nick came up with a solution that was longer than 4 hours. Then Val brought concern that what if they rent it for 5 and then they pay $30? Are they gonna play this game? Do we want to go to the 4 hours, and I have resolutions that state 4 hour, or it's just gone? Do we wanna just get rid of the hour cleanup and setup? Just get rid of it completely?
Yep.
Is that, so this would be the resolution, and it would be resolution number 2025, it's different than yours, because I put 02, which is February, it's the wrong month. 0101, so it's it's January, first resolution of January. So this would have to be by roll call. I'll let you fill all that out. And this would be the 13th, I'm doing it in pencil, sorry, 13th. Okay, so if that's what you want to do, we need a motion to adopt that resolution statement.
Hey, Rich, should it be 2026, not 2025?
Yes, it should, because I don't know how to use a calendar. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Jason, you made the motion, who seconded it? I'll second. Okay. Jason,
Yes.
Aren't you gonna read the motion? Aren't you gonna read the motion?
Motion is to adopt that resolution.
Read the resolution. We don't know what
I'm
you're
not
talking
reading the whole
about.
resolution. We don't have to. Okay, go ahead.
Rich,
Yes.
Merrill. Yes. Nick.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Trash cards. Anybody want to change anything on them? I think I did one thing. Anybody else with it? You guys all good with that? We just got to order new ones.
Now that we know what the date is. Can you,
But you're ordering multiple years. So you don't want that on
Can
the
we what?
can you leave the spring cleanup month off?
We are, he put
Thank you.
two
To be determined.
That's a good one.
But we'll put the hours back on.
Put the hours back on there. Yep. 9 to noon.
Okay,
Yep. Yep.
all right. Nothing
You guys
else?
good with that? We're just good with that? Maryland can order. You order about 3 years worth, right? That's not, or just one?
It's cheaper when you order,
More. Yeah. Okay.
so it's 9 to noon or 8 to noon?
9 to noon. Okay. Jack, you're up, sir.
Alright. We recently sold a fire truck that was purchased 7 years ago.
For that long already?
Yeah. Wow. We sold that fire truck, and in today's world, that truck actually made us money. It doesn't happen, you don't buy a car and sell it and make money on it very often anymore.
Meaning we sold it for more than what we bought.
Yeah. And so, I am looking to purchase a new Wildland truck, which is the first one you have on your package. The truck is a 2009 Chevy C55 Kodiak 4x4 brush truck. This truck has capability of 6 people to be in the cab. It has all proper safety equipment, lights, sirens. This is a genuine brush truck. And so, this truck sells for $99,000.
That's cheap.
Yep. So, so we're coming into wildland fire season, and our brush fleet is severely crippled. Our 1967 Diamond Reel went back to the DNR because it was beyond repair and maintenance. So we no longer have that. Our little brush truck, which we got from the DNR 5 years ago, has mechanical issues. It does not have any lights. No headlights, no turn signals, no brake lights. And so,
Inadequate seatbelt?
yeah, inadequate seat belts. So my job as fire chief is to reduce liability as much as I can on the fire department. That truck is a huge liability. If I'm going down the road, I'm slowing down to find pull into a 2-track and somebody rear ends me because I don't have any lights. Guess who's gonna get sued? First it's gonna be the fire chief, and it's gonna be the township. And I'm not willing to put myself or the township at risk for mechanical issues on a pickup or vehicles. It's just not worth it. Let alone put my personnel at risk, possibly getting injured because somebody can't see what we're doing. We know what we're doing, but they may not. So we put, with the sale of that truck, we put a substantial amount of money in our account.
That was about 150 grand.
Yeah, we put $144,000 in the fire account. The truck was bought with fire funds, and we put, after we sold the truck, paid the brokerage fees, we put $144,000 in the bank. This truck is $100,000. It's gonna cost me $5,600 to get it back here. On the back of your packet is pricing for what else we wanna do. So the truck is number one priority for fire. On the top of here, if you look on your back sheet, it says Fire SXS, which is a two-seat Can-Am Defender, flatbed that we would like to purchase and put a quick attack skid unit in the back, with a toolbox, trailer, and whatnot. That apparatus total is $38,429. Somehow between, I don't know how, the math worked out. It blows my mind. I did it this morning and it was like, wow.
Wow, that's impressive.
So we put $144,000 in the bank. We spend $106,000 on this. We buy the side-by-side. Guess what that math equals? $144,000.
Good job.
So it's like, wow, how did I do that?
What's that, why is this costing $5,000 to get?
Because it's out of state.
Where's it at?
Washington. State?
I'm not driving to get it. Sorry. I was like, I don't want to road trip. Oh, no, that's true.
It is on an island. It has been, the truck is a 2009, it's got 21,000 miles on it. It's on an island in Washington. And so, excellent shape, has all the service records from the time it came into play. New tires, batteries, whatnot. So, that's ideally what I would like to do. I would like to spend that $144,000 on purchasing this Wildland truck and that side-by-side with a skid unit. That would be a dedicated Wildland skid unit for this spring season. And so, if you get further back in your packet, on the back, go back to the back page again. I also want to buy, two side-by-sides. Okay. And so, bear with me. It's not as painful as you think. So, I want to buy a 4-seat side-by-side that we can use going into the Pine River corridor, going back into where you can't get a vehicle. Right now, when we run the Pine River, we get calls back into the Pine River corridor, we take our personal vehicles back there. And it's tough. I mean, I'm not taking my new truck back there, put it that way. So, I want to buy this. This would come out of the ambulance fund. We would sell the Argo.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, the Argo would go, the trailer that the Argo was on would go. What's that?
So the Argo's pretty old now.
Yeah, the Argo,
Late 90s?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that thing.
And the reason I wanna do this, we would like to put tracks on, because the regular side-by-side, when we get rescues off land, we'll get stuck. And so this has got heat, AC, navigation in it. First part of the snowmobile season, we had 2 snowmobilers that went through the ice and drowned up here just south of Irons. I had a crew all on that call with the Argo. It was
6 degrees still here.
It was 6 degrees, and my crew spent 6 hours on the Argo. And so, they were cold. This has heat. So, I've done the math. I went through my budget, and I'm being very fiscally frugal, as everybody here can tell you. I've been having to, I won't go into that part. And there's enough money in my ambulance fund where I can take the $52,664 for for the four-man side-by-side with a dedicated, it would have a EMS skid unit that is affixed in the back. And so when we go on a call, we have a patient, the patient's in a Stokes basket, the skid unit has a seat on it, so your individual doing patient care is right there with them. That's what I would like to do. All the information is there. And so, number one is the fire truck and the 2-seat Can-Am, and then purchase a 4-seat Can-Am Defender for the ambulance search and rescue fund.
And because of the two skid units, you can't do one four-door?
Right. Cause, 4-door only has like a, 40-inch?
It's a very narrow bed.
Yeah, it's very short. And so one thing to keep in mind is that, through our fire and ambulance billing, that we do fire recovery, which you township residents don't get bills from us, we bill your insurance company. In the past year with the EMS billing, we have taken in more with EMS billing than what the side-by-side cost. And fire side was 2/3 of what that is for the fire billing. And the big thing with the wildland fire truck is fire trucks are a hot commodity because wildland fire season is up like 150%.
I'm good with the wildland fire truck, definitely. Yeah, that one's definite.
And so,
and we did tell you when we sold out of the truck that we would buy you new wild boat.
Yeah.
So
We don't have any money on that.
no.
yeah.
No, we did say to sell that truck, that we'd get 2 new wildland fire trucks, because we knew the deuce and a half was garbage, and that pickup truck is not safe. Okay. So we're good with that,
So, I guess, you guys discuss it as a board. If you have any questions, Jesse's got a lot more answers, and I can try to answer anything else that you guys have.
I'm getting out of here.
Is there a trailer on it?
Yeah. Trailers are included with both side-by-sides. Everything, it's like a turnkey deal.
Thank you. That leaves us almost 240, 30 in the account. And that's expire down to. Expire down to 2, so a little under $240,000. 240, 240 and some change, 243. No, the ambulance, we got 55, right? Now we got 55. No, we got 32 in
This
Yeah, but total in the account, we have 234,000, so we still have $500,000. We're still safe, and we're getting tax dollars in, right? Have we got any, because we got our taxes on here. About another 160, 150 fire, 170 for ambulance. Somewhere in there where it's supposed to be. We'll have them. Anybody else, anybody got any comments on it?
Keep in mind that with the ambulance fund, we don't want to draw that fund down, to where we'll ever be in trouble. If we have to remount the ambulance, get a new chassis underneath the ambulance at some point in time, you know, we're probably, the last quote I have was right around $100,000 for that. And so, and the same thing with the, you know, on the fire side. Unfortunately, with the fire side, things aren't easy to replace. And so, and it costs a lot more.
Oh. Do you wanna do, anybody else have any other comments? No? I'll make a motion, and since they come out of separate funds, I'll make the ones come out of the fire first.
Hold on, let me write it down.
You ready?
I'm almost ready.
And believe me, I'm just as nervous as you are.
Ambulance is gonna leave us 234, fire's gonna leave us 287. Plus we're getting all our money. So is that other truck gonna go back to the DNR then? The little brush truck? 234. Yeah. We'll have over 200 grand in each account, plus we're just getting taxes for those next year for another, so our operators will be covered for this year.
I just wanna make sure the money was right.
Yep.
Make sure mine
Did
was
you,
right.
you come to both ends? Okay. Thank you, because you probably don't know how to 25 to 26 yet. All right, so I make a motion for the fire fund that we take out of the fire fund and purchase the Kodiak 4x4 brush truck for the 105 roughly with shipping, and the two-seat Can-Am side by side, yes.
I'll second.
Okay. No, you can't. All right, so, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? And one abstain. Okay. All right. And then, do you want to make a motion on the? I'll make a motion. Okay. Jason's making a motion to purchase the four-door Can-Am Defender. Fancy. Okay.
What's the timeline?
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Okay. There you go.
All right. Thank you very much for, that.
Yeah, oh, we have,
That will make our life much easier. It will make our response time better, and safe. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll see when it gets here. Okay. We have to go into closed session. I make a motion that we go into closed session. Hold on one second. Yep.
I need to let the broker know who has the truck.
Okay.
No, not the bad.
And so, I'm going to need to let them know, and I'm gonna need to get them as possible. The problem is, so what kind of timeline am I looking at?
Me and Jack.
I
If you need it sooner, Jack, let us know, we'll make it happen. I need a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor?
Never.
Mayor, go ahead and pass out your checks. There's nothing left on the agenda.
Somebody's just gonna have to.
Kind of like a, and